Hey everybody, Ray Pastor, and tonight we're going to talk about getting out of debt. We're going to start with step one. So tonight I'm going to be talking about step one. I'll be doing some other video casts and podcasts soon where I talk about step two and the rest of the steps to get out. But we're assuming that you're here because you have admitted that, hey, I have a problem, I have debt, and that can be very emotional for people. It can be very difficult. It can be traumatizing. It can be scary. It can cause lost sleep because you might owe thousands of dollars. You might owe more than your paycheck. You might owe so much and just think that you can't do anything about it. The debt might be for all kinds of reasons, in that maybe you were just bad at spending and managing money. Maybe you had a medical emergency. Maybe you bailed someone out, you helped someone out. Maybe there's all kinds of reasons why we're in debt. But you know what, at the end of the day, money's money, and it doesn't matter if you're in debt because of a medical bill or you're in debt because of bad spending. You're in debt and you need to get out of it. Now, the cause of your debt, maybe, you're less likely to relapse into it, but you need to get out, and we're going to talk about how you get out of it. It is possible. There is hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. People can do it. I have helped people get through it in the past, and it can be a long, tedious process. So we are going to go through and talk about it and talk about how you go about getting out of debt. Now, obviously, the easy thing for me to say to someone is, well, don't get into debt in the first place. Well, unfortunately, you're already here and you're seeking help to get out of it. So I want to genuinely help people out and help you get out of this position. So let's talk about step one tonight. So the first step towards getting out of debt. Now, we've admitted we have debt. We've admitted there's a problem. There's something that's happened. The number one first step towards getting out of debt is calculating how much money do we actually owe? How did we get here? How much money do we owe? That's all credit cards. That's mortgages. That's every single thing, car payments, everything that I am paying, everything where I owe money. I need to get it on a list. I need to calculate it. That's everything, all credit cards, every single thing, even if it's $1 a month, medical bills, whatever it happens to be, all debt. And then, so we're going to calculate this list. Let me tell you all the things that you need on this list. So first of all, what you need is you need to know what's the total that you owe? What is the total that you owe? On each card, each bill. What is the total you owe on each bill? Because next we're going to start to talk about different ways to start to figure out how to pay it off. But we're not there yet. That's further steps down the line. Right now we're on figuring out how much we have. Okay, so we need the total amount that you owe. We need to know the percentage of interest that you're being charged on that bill. We need to know what your monthly minimum payment is. And then we need to know how many months it's going to take for you to pay off this payment. So what's the plan? If you owe $200 to a card and you're paying X amount of dollars, the minimum payment, is it going to take you 3 years, 1 year, 3 months to pay it off? What is the plan? How much, if I make the minimum payment on this card with the current interest, how long does it take me to pay it off? So here's the information that we're looking for again. We're looking for all the places that you owe money, everything, car payment, mortgage, every single thing that's being paid. How much debt, places where there's debt. We're not looking at expenses yet. We're going to get to expenses next. We're talking about debt, places that we owe money to. Okay, so we have all our credit cards, medical bills, car payment, mortgages, car payments, other debt that we have all. So we have the places that it's owed to. We have the interest that we're being charged on that. We have the total amount of money that we are supposed to pay, that we owe. And then we have the amount of time that it's going to take if we only make minimum payments, that it'll take us to pay off the debt. Now, you can get to a point where you can actually almost never be able to pay it off, where your minimum payments are less than your interest. So that might be the case. You might have I can't figure that out because it's impossible with this card or whatever. That's okay. Let's just write it down. Just write can't. can't pay this off with minimum payments. Okay, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there and talk about how do we deal with those kind of situations. All right, but that's step one. That's what you've got to do. You know, you've made the first step. You have a goal. Your goal is to get out of debt. You can do it. You will do it. It takes perseverance. It's going to take good budgeting. It's going to take a lot of planning. We're going to talk about how to do all those steps. But you can do it. You can get out. So, all right, you got to step one. All right, we're going to get to step two in a little bit. So, all right, stay positive, make your list, get ready. See you, everybody.